Well, in that case, Dreamlab, you're going to be so in for a surprise. Oh dear, Brian, absolutely. I had the same vision. Maybe we shared a dream. Can you imagine? That would be quite crazy. So I'll tell you a little bit about this game. Manifold Garden came out this week or last week over the weekend, some literally like less than a week ago, and I've heard of it not during development at all. I've only heard of it from the homepage of the Epic Store. So it's Epic exclusive and Apple Arcade exclusive. So very interesting combination. Console versions are in the works, but the developer, William Chyr, has decided to do this with Epic and with Apple Arcade, so two super exclusive deals. Apple Arcade, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, it's Apple's new subscription game service. It's a very crazy thing with iOS 13, iPad OS 13, and on the Apple TV, they have this new thing called the Apple Arcade, and you pay $4.99. First month is free, and you can connect your PlayStation or Xbox controller to an iPhone now, or to an iPad, or to Apple TV, or to an iPod Touch, and then you can play as many games as you like. So very interesting, slightly weird business model, because no one really knows how people are going to get paid, because it's determined a bit like on Spotify, how much time do people spend in the game. That's how the developers then get paid. And Manifold Garden was slated as a launch title for that. This game was in development for 7 years. Quite crazy. And yeah, you see, interesting, Steve. I have an Apple TV unit that I bought when I was an Apple developer for $1. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. It's sitting here on my desk, and it hasn't seen an update in a while, but it is compatible, and the first month is free. See? Awesome. Great minds think alike. Let's put iOS 13 on there, or tvOS 13, or whatever it's called, and check this thing out. This could be the future. It's basically like video games without a console. I think this is kind of Apple's way of doing this without doing cloud gaming for now. So let's start a new game. This is my current game here that I've played for over 3.5 hours already, and I've only seen so little of it. I'm gonna go and grab a brand new thing here. Yeah, Steve, do, and let me know what you think. So it sounds like, an interesting concept. I'd love to connect my game controller to an Apple device and just see what happens. William was an installation artist for many years. He was doing balloons and all that, and he ran out of just installation space and decided he's going to look at Unity back in the day. And this is what he came up with. So the curious thing about this game is first-person minimalist graphic type game. It's a bit like Portal in that you have to press buttons in order to open doors. Issue is, of course, the button is on the ceiling. How do we get there? Well, very MC Escher-esque. We can walk up here, walk down here, or we can walk towards a wall, and then this dot in the middle is going to change color. And that is the plane that we're going to be on. So this is the red plane, this would be the green plane. We're currently on the, blue plane, I guess. So press this, and then the room changes. So now the perspective is different. That's the crazy bit about it. Change it back to the blue plane, and we're here again. And you can see where this is going in regards to messing with your brain. I thought that's just awesome, keeping right into where we've just been. This used to be the ceiling a moment ago, but it isn't anymore. We are not really affected by gravity as such. We're just cubes that we're going to pick up are in a moment. So that's weirdness number one. So Steve, this is available on the Apple Arcade. I can see you playing that later. So on these cubes here, press it, door opens. Awesome stuff. Let's go through. That's basically the first room done. We're going to have a look outside in a moment, because that is not all of it. So there's much more to this game than this. Oh, there we go. We need to change up and walk up this wall now. But that's no problem. We can do that. Crunch smash! How you doing? It is absolutely beautiful in its minimalist sense, in the way it weirds your brain out. So all this geometry, I'll show you this when we're on the outside, all this geometry folds in on itself. So it isn't just inspired by MC Escher, it is MC Escher, as if you were playing it. It's crazy. Let's see if we can get outside. Right, green button. It looks like we'll press that first. In this instance here, that thing with the yellow button, if we were to just quickly go there, in order to open this door here, we need to bring in a yellow cube. That's the cube over there. So I hope we're going to go and find one in a moment. So we drop that on there, just like in Portal, basically. Grab a cube and put it on somewhere, and then you walk on there. If I can also go and fall down, so gravity is affecting me. But this is a cube puzzle now. This is interesting. So this is a red cube technically, but it's currently not red because it's on the wall. So it's not affected by gravity when it's on its own plane. If we go there, the cube turns red, and we can now go pick it up and put it places like on the, red dot. But as soon as we put it down and then go on another plane, the cube will just stay there and we can't pick it up anymore. So that's important to remember. We're going to be dancing on so many ceilings, it's going to be quite crazy. Now all we need to do is find a yellow cube, which is in here. Yes, it is, isn't it? Great. Let's walk in there, grab that yellow cube. Oh, that's a yellow cube's on the ceiling. Right, okay. So, go there. Grab it. Remember how we got out of here. Oh no, we can just go and walk into here now. That's easy. Whew. And this is just the beginning of the game. I don't know how many game worlds there are, but it took me over 3.5 hours to get to the end of the first world. I am not particularly good at puzzle solving. Oh yeah, so in these things we can only press when they light up with this type of color here. It does, doesn't it, Brian? And the thing is, that's what attracts me to these games. Because I know they're going to be like a double, triple challenge for me. Not only do I not know where left, right, up and down is, even if I were to learn this, with this game I'm just going to be, quite out there. This door requires 2 cubes, this one and that one. Red cubes on the ceiling, that sounds easy, doesn't it? But now, of course, the issue is, how am I going to take this cube up here? I mean, I can't walk upstairs, so I can't jump. That's an interesting one. So all those things need to be taken into consideration. How do I get that cube up there? I know how to do this, but do you guys want to hatch a guess? Oh, Dreamlab, the developer was streaming some of his development progress on Twitch. That's very interesting. And he said one of those things that wasn't compatible with older graphics cards was in fact edge detection. So I think there's an algorithm that draws these edges in. So it looks like very simplistic shaders, but yes, edge detection was a big thing for them. Exactly. So I believe what we need to do here is bring this cube closer to the edge. Since we can't jump, we have to do this. Let gravity do the work, and then we can lift the cube out from here. And then we do the same thing again. Whew. And now we're going to put it over here. Good stuff. Well, or no portals that we have found yet. So maybe the longer we play this game, maybe there will be portals. Where to next? Wait until you see the outside. The outside is, if this doesn't mess with your brain enough just yet. As soon as we get to the outside, it will. So blue cube and green cube. Blue cube needs to be on the green wall. That'll be interesting. You're saying, Steve, your brain can't be messed up more. I can do that, but as soon as I drop the cube, it doesn't quite stick on the wall. And as a result, of course, the door doesn't stay open long enough for me to walk through. Yes. Exactly, Brian. Let's try that, because we can put the green cube kind of here. Once we're on this plane. And now we just go over back to the blue plane, grab the cube, and park it on there. Woohoo! Ah, that is just cool. And this, I didn't actually recognize this at first, so it's on second thought, and now that I see this for the second time, this is actually a tree. It didn't look like that. I thought it was just some weird kind of shape, but when you know what it is, you can recognize it as a tree, like it's just a very geometric thing. And these trees, they grow cubes as well, so I guess it's the fruit of the tree in a way. And the thing about so kind of the rule of the game is if you pick one of those off, you can do that. It regrows, but only for as long as you don't touch it. So I can now go and move this around here. And if I pick this cube up again, the other one disappears. So there's only ever 2 cubes that I can use in this level. I guess one of them will just pop into here. And we just remember that there's another one that we can use for all kinds of other things. Let's have a look at the outside. Yeah, I thought while we're in a trippy mood and just having watched Virginia, the sheer size of this is kind of mind-blowing. It explains why the geometry is so simple. I mean, the engine needs to be able to display all that. So the interesting thing is that what I'm seeing here in the middle of the screen, this small outline, the thing that looks almost like an upside down mini tree thing. Crunchmash, yes, I'm playing on it with a game controller, an Xbox 360 game controller, but it is on the PC, so this is the Epic version of the game. So this thing in the middle of the screen, that is essentially what we're standing on. This thing has got the same shape. It's just I'm looking at the bottom of it. Because what happens is, if I were to be mad enough to jump down here into the abyss, I'm landing back on the same spot. So it is literally, the geometry folds in on itself. It is a never-ending game. You don't ever reach the bottom of the game. And you can control your movements while you're in the air, so you can still shift left, right, and so forth. So you can just, I can step off and just make sure I never land. And you can see this next version of the geometry fall into place. So this is the same as that, and that, and so forth. And these stairs, I could literally climb them forever. I have not played Antichamber. No, it sounds very cool though. Is it a little bit like this game? And so what I'm trying to say is, I think I can reach the next version of this as well, but it is, I think it's the same. I think it's the same geometry. Is it? No, actually it's different. It'll take a while until I get there. I'm gonna stay here on the blue thing until we figure that out. Well, if there's another game like this, I must have a look at that. Thank you for the tip. This game, if you want to find out more about this game, it's got a very exciting website. It's MANIFOLD.GARDEN. It's very exciting. Let's grab that second blue cube from that tree here and put it over here. That is, I guess, how we can open that door. And that we need to do much like what I did before. I just go jump down here and try and land myself on this thing. Glad we don't have to walk up all this way. Didn't quite see that coming when I was on the outside. The room certainly didn't look as big as that from the outside. We can run as well, so we can move a little bit faster. And the fact about the geometry, I think that's really important to know, because that's just knowing that means this is how we're going to get across this big gap here. We just go walk forward and we just keep walking until eventually we just go and land on the next version of this thing. Look at all this, unbelievable. Whew. Yes. And the geometry just gets crazier and crazier. So these ladders or stairs, I guess we can walk. We need to sort something out in this building here, and in that building up here, and in this one. And that'll solve the world. Yeah, I guess, Steve, I don't think you do. I don't think there is an up or down as such. So like with this staircase here, we need to either walk up this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. We can let's walk up the one that's not quite so. This is I don't know what this black stuff is. When you come close, it just disappears. I don't know what that is. This in the middle is kind of an inverse weird cube that'll become available as soon as we finish all these three worlds here, these three little buildings. I suppose if this were to be down now, as soon as we're up there, then that's down, which sounds just crazy. I'd love to see what this looks like on the Apple devices, how this performs on the Apple devices. There we go. Now this is down. And this is kind of top left. It does mess with your brain. It does mess with your brain. So I'm thinking we're probably going to get a yellow kind of cube from this yellow tree in this room. And to get to this room, we'll go through this room. Some kind of interconnected puzzle madness happening. Let's see what we can do. Hey, this looks simple. Press the green button, walk through the green door. It's a -2, by the way, guys. And especially after Virginia. So far, so good. And then we see purple tree. And yellow tree. We have one fruit object regrowing. You can do everything endlessly. That's kind of maybe there's a trophy hidden here somewhere. You've picked the purple cube manifold times. Okay, what else is happening? We need a yellow cube to put that on here. I like that. Yellow cube is probably on the yellow plane. Here he is. Oh yeah, let's do this manifold times as well. RSI is inevitable. Oh my god, I remember this. I've only done this yesterday and I've already forgotten how to solve it. This is no sense of orientation and short-term memory. So I guess the yellow cube needs to be up over on this side here. On the other side. Which we can't quite hand the cube over. Gap's too big. Can't just walk over there and grab it. And this doesn't have a ladder attached, so I can't walk up there. What do we do? Perhaps utilize this cube, much like what we did before. Utilize this cube to put that kind of here in the middle as a step. That's what I'm thinking as well. Put that somewhere in the middle, maybe like here, so I can reach it from... I think the difficulty really is to be able to see this and that as the new ground floor. I think that's really the super tricky part. Yeah, like this, right? That, yeah, exactly. But seeing that, and knowing where to put that thing, that's the tricky part. Yes. Obviously need to go on here first. There we go. First proper puzzle solved. All right. You're kidding? Seriously? AMD have joined the Blender Dev Fund. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. Post the link, Steve. That is so awesome. How much have they given? Is that in the news yet? That is unbelievable. Thank you so much for sharing that. Shall we jump or shall we? Yeah, let's jump. Let's just jump. What do you think, Brian? Jump? Or rather walk on the wall? Since we can't die, might as well jump. Might as well jump. Okay, yellow tree, yellow cubes. Let's pick this one, put it in here. That makes sense so far. And I guess that's the first world, well, it's the first part of this triplet puzzle. Almost done. Let's grab that second yellow cube. I'm telling you, the 3D landscape is changing. This is just one of the many independently developed games where people just say, hey, I'm not doing this for the money, I'm doing this for the fun of it, with the tools that are more or less openly available. This is awesome. Fantastic. So in order to solve this, we have to do pretty much the same that what we did with this yellow thing. We need to do that with this world and with that world or level or whatever. And all these will then point light streams into this thing. And I guess that's the end of the first world. Let's see if we can do that, since we're blitzing through this. So many clever people. I haven't played the second world yet, so I'd love to do that with you guys involved, because more pairs of eyes and all that. No problem. Thank you so much for sharing the link, Steve. I really appreciate that. Fun times ahead. And of course, the recording is going to be available later, so you can catch up on the weirdness that is Manifold Garden. Okay. Next level. Let's do this. 2 games in one day. That is just awesome. Starts harmless, just as ever. So Brian, what's life like with 2,000 subscribers? I know what you mean about it's really small potatoes for YouTube, but it's a milestone. It's a huge milestone. Oh, don't say that. You must feel more special now. No, I know what you mean. It doesn't feel that much special. It just kind of creeps up on you, doesn't it? I wish there'd be more things you unlock. I think the next thing that's gonna get unlocked is on, it's like with 10,000 subscribers. I think you get to ask your people to subscribe. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for your exploits with iClone. I'm very much looking forward to that. Release date 31st of October, I take it? October. That is that is 1 day before NaNoWriMo. On the 30th, that's good. Yeah, and then you also, on the 30th, it's kind of the 31st in Australia already, so you get all that audience too. Are you doing NaNoWriMo this year? I see. So it's all. I'm just thinking out loud here. This is more or less the same level than the one that we just did, where this cube was already on the wall, so we didn't have to put that there. So I suppose now we're going to have to recreate this situation manually, I guess. Put that somehow here, maybe ish. No. Maybe my brain hurts. I need to stand on this. Maybe it needs to come over a little bit. It doesn't have to come over. It's fine. I just need to turn the room correctly so that I'll be here, for which I need to be on here. No, the other wall. Like that. Yes. And now I can press the button. Oh boy, this puzzle took me a while to figure out. This is literally, I stood in front of this for literally over an hour, not knowing how to solve this. One green cube and as many as, let me check, 3 red cubes? 2 red cubes. We have 1 green spot, and the green cube is not on the plane. Let me just go grab that and put that closer. Somehow here, there we go. And we have these red cubes. So let me bring the red cubes over. And how's the cat? I'm just going to loosely put them in place and we'll see what to do next. So somehow I need to be on the green plane and then take this cube and kind of put it up here somehow. But the problem is I'm not tall enough. And I also can't... Can I jump onto a red cube? Does she enjoy it? Can imagine that's kind of a game for cats. We bought a game for cats once. I think it was literally called Game for Cats. There's an iPad and iPhone combination app, and you control a red dot on the iPad, I think, from your iPhone. And our cat, well, our neighbor's cat, just went absolutely mental with it. She absolutely loved it. I think, is this how we do it? Almost. Great. So I can go onto the red cubes, but now the cube, ow, this is what it looks like on the inside. That cube doesn't stay there, so Well, I suppose I can remove the bottom red cube and put that in place. I think. That should work. Put that as a step here. Leave that where it is. And, oh yeah, of course. Be in the right position, mind you, like so. Then we're standing on that cube. Grabbing the green one, putting that on top of here. First half of the puzzle solved. Now we take that red cube and it's another one of those super difficult puzzles solved. I think. We'll find out. I think so. Yes, it is. Fantastic! Alright, let's grab this guy. Put him in here. Whoops. Stay. Pick up the other guy in strong anticipation of finding another one of those things on the outside. Oh, I like that. That is a nice effect. If that doesn't mess with the encoding, what will? Very good. Alright, 2 out of 3, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I have to admit, I really like the kind of simplistic nature of this game. Simple geometry, simple shaders. It's just a mind-bending experience. I think that's what I appreciate so much about Portal, that it was essentially a very simplistic game. They didn't go to town with textures on the first one, at least, and it was just beautiful to look at and experience. And it was more about thinking about the puzzles than it was about not doing that. So it's I always find that very, very good graphics, they are stunning when you first look at them, and then they very quickly fade into the background while you figure out what the game is all about. And even though they are still nice to look at, sometimes I find they're almost wasted. Do you know what I mean? It's just simple yet complicated. That's right. On to Green World. Where have I heard that before? Simple to begin with. I have to say, I don't mind the very nice looking games. Like Control, absolutely stunning, mind-blowing graphics. But then when it comes to boss fights, I'm thinking, man, I was just looking at that. I don't want to be interrupted with some stuff. Huh. Yeah, that's right. Me too. I do enjoy those better. Hey, speaking of which, there was one I picked up in the sale. I think it's on sale on Steam right now. It's called What Remains of Edith Finch. And that won numerous awards, and it's a first-person detective mystery type story. Oh, have you played it? I just got it. I haven't installed it yet, but I thought $7.99. Bring it on. So if you know that game, maybe I understand it's one of the slightly harder ones that isn't exactly forthcoming when it comes to things like clues as to what you're meant to do. So I might need your help playing that. Is it linear, or is it a choice type experience? What'd you say? Could it be as easy as that here? It isn't as easy as that, is it? How am I going to do this? You seem to suffer from the same thing that I do. Julia always says when we watch a rerun, oh yeah, we've seen that episode. It's about this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, really? To me, it's like a brand new story. I don't remember anything. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. How are we going to do this? Oh, I know. Right. No, I don't. CRS syndrome sounds fantastic, actually. What do you think we should do? How's this meant to work? Once I'm on here, I'm thinking I need to have a way to somehow fish the red cube out, but it's too tall a step for that to happen. Yeah, that's right. And you can watch endless reruns and think, hey, this is awesome. I've never seen this movie before. I'm thinking maybe we can go half-half here. Maybe I can put that on top of here. No, almost. That needs to just come down a notch. A gnat's hair down. Like this, maybe, I'm thinking. We put that on top of here. Yeah, look at that. It's getting there. Hopefully, lift this puppy out. Put it on here. Woo! Oh, that's the door we came in on. Oh, this was the one. That was a bit of a mind bender to me yesterday. That took literally forever for me to figure out. And I was very proud. I didn't look at a walkthrough. Here's the thing. Door is up here. I bet this is what they've been training. Can you imagine 7 years of development? I'm so pleased that he could do it, that he did it. It must be hell to go through those 7 years and think, my goodness. William, oh my God, that is... I would love to say hello on camera, but my webcam broke. It's one of those things. Welcome to the stream. That is so nice of you that you could drop by. Everyone, this is William. William, this is everyone. William is, of course, the developer of the wonderful Manifold Garden. Unbelievable. I'm super chuffed that you're here, man. I enjoy your game so much. It's unbelievable. I bought it literally on the day it came out. That is fantastic. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. I bought it literally on the day it came out, and it's been an absolutely mind-bending experience ever since. I've only got to the end of the first world, and this is the last level I did yesterday before I marveled at the absolute magic that happens at the end of this. Let me see if I can remember it. So we've only just reached this level, and the issue is that the red cube needs to go on top of this platform to open that door up there. So this strip here, let me go and turn around, goes all the way up the other side of the stairs, like that here, and then opens that door. But it's really, really difficult to get that red cube there. Super nice of you. I'm so happy for you, man. 7 years must have been, you know, one of those things. Hey, while I have you, this is a great opportunity to discuss this actually. I've been thinking of doing interviews with inspirational people, creatives who create, and find out about how they do what they do, what keeps them going on a daily basis. How do they keep on, like in your case, a 7-year streak? How do you not completely lose hope and, you know, hang in there? I'd love for you to be part of that project. It hasn't quite started yet, but I would love it if I could interview you. Kind of half an hour. We can do this remotely, even though I'd love to come over to Chicago. I don't think I can afford that right now. What do you think? Is this something you'd be interested in? Because there's so many people. I mean, the idea came to me with my doctors. I wanted to do this primarily with my doctors who live in the neighborhood, so I can go and meet them. Little 3-4 camera setup there. But with remote people, it's difficult to do that without traveling. And then I thought, no, we all have good internet connections. We can do this thing. Ouch. Steve and I want to check it out on the Apple Arcade. It turns out that both Steve and I have an Apple TV that hasn't seen a lot of love recently, so we were thinking, hey, Apple Arcade, free month, let's do this. I can imagine, William. Yes, I can imagine that. And you know, it is tough, and I'm so super happy that you stuck out there. I can imagine it's a bit of a surreal experience, isn't it? I did discover the game, by the way, from the front page of the Epic Store. Just in case you're wondering, I hadn't heard of it yet before. And I've only started following your dev streams right now. Now that it's out, now that it's too late. Had I known, I would have come earlier. I shall do that. I will drop you an email or a tweet or like a DM on Twitter, whatnot, and we'll get together. It'll be another few weeks, but perhaps I can start with you, because then we can maybe kind of cash in, for a better or worse term, on the launch of Manifold Garden. Just as soon as I fix this puzzle. So we have 3 blue cubes here. 3 blue cubes. We have 1 red cube that needs to somehow end up on here. And I can't quite pick up the 3rd blue cube because it's a bit too high for me to reach. Let's see, what do we do there? Thank you so much for dropping by, William. It really means the world to me. Awesome. And I'll be in touch. Have a wonderful meeting. And the rest of you, have you got any ideas how I'm gonna get that blue cube off that tree? It had something to do with walking on the tree, somehow disregarding the fact that it is a tree, and we can literally just go and turn the world upside down, even though while we're on the tree. Somehow. Like so. And then can we do this? And where is the cube? Oh, there it is. Do you know, Brian, that is the issue, isn't it? If you look at it and you think, because this is what happened to me, I'd look at this level and I'm thinking, I can't just brute force push the cubes around. That's not going to work. So this is going to require for me to understand where what needs to be, and then at the same time think what happens when the world is the other way around. That's just so weird. But if you can try to describe it, stumped I is. Indeed. William was saying that the soundtrack for this game is going to come out. So, you know, it's only literally just been launched. So there's a lot of things that the guys have planned. The website's already changed. I've noticed that. It is, since the world wraps in on itself. Check out the website, manifold.garden. It too wraps around on itself. You can scroll through, and as soon as you reach the bottom of the website, you'll actually get back to the top again. That's just such a cool idea. Now, if I were to go... yes, you have to be, like for the blue cube, I have to be on the blue plane to be able to move them. So now I can't pick it up. And I guess the trouble is now if I can go and orient myself to the blue plane like that. Ah, there we go. Oh my God, I can, this is it. Oh yes, it makes it much harder that way. That's it, I found it. And I am also susceptible to gravity. So if I now switch to another plane, actually I can't switch to another plane while I'm holding a cube. I think that's another rule of the game. You can't do that. But yeah, if I were to do that, I think, am I susceptible to gravity? No, I'm not actually. I'm then, the gravity of the new plane on which I am is then kind of holding me in place. So, what do we do here? The first idea I had, and I don't remember if that was in fact the correct one, is to to put these on top of one another somehow. Was that what I did? And then put the red cube on it? No, that's not how it works. Where is the red cube? Oh, it's there. Okay, cool. Right. I think the red cube needs to be... Where does the thing need to be? I think I will, absolutely. Yes, keep the questions coming. If you do have any questions for William that you'd like me to ask him, I will duly take those down. I believe he is an Escher fan. He's had a huge amount of press over the years. He's an installation artist. By trade is a weird description, but it's just, you know, I think there's partly the issue with our labeling in society, or you have to be this or you have to be that. You can't be two completely different things at the same time. That's just, that does not compute. And of course, reality is much more fluent than that, and we all are many more things. I guess, yeah. It's so funny. I remember this big aha moment when I was able to solve this yesterday, and now I'm looking at it just like I did yesterday and thinking, how do I do this? It had something to do. So the only thing I do remember from my solution is that it had something to do with being on one of the other planes, like this one, and then having to walk literally on the side of this. So that was kind of the clincher that got me to the other side somehow. Maybe I can try and do that again. Like do this somehow. And then quickly be like this. There we go. Okay, cool. So I can at least shift at least one cube up here. So that's kind of good, I guess. Good effect. Maybe, I mean just maybe, I can somehow put the red cube on top of the blue cube while it's here. Something like that? That's the website, Steve, absolutely. Kind of cool. I love these new domain names that are coming out. Manifold.garden, goose.game. It's very cool. Oh, maybe I can just, I don't actually have to do that. I can just go and physically just walk up the stairs and bring the cubes. Oh no, bring the cubes up here. Something like that. Maybe. And then, of course, like in every good piece of game design, you ask yourself, well, if there are 3 cubes in this level, 3 blue cubes, that would suggest that I'm going to have to utilize them all for something. I'm not entirely sure what yet, but I guess I'm going to have to do that. Something like that, maybe? That should allow me to put the red cube a little bit further up here. There. Not so bad. So if I were to make it back onto the top of this, I should now be able to just lift that red cube up. Question is, how do I get there? It's just not as easy as it looks. Does it look easy even? Does it even look easy? It doesn't though, does it? Ah, that was easy. Very cool. Oh, cool, Steve. I don't think I've joined that yet. I think I will, and I'll see you there. That's exciting. Yeah, let's join the Manifold Garden Discord. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think I've done it. Oh. We can't just go jump in there, can we? No, we have to go jump down. Quickly do this thing. And, oh my goodness. And then it goes clunk when you land on the glass. That is unbelievable. Oh my goodness. I think, is it too early for the applause? No, it's not. It's perfect. The green tree with the 2 green cubes ready for the pluck-in, I say. Let's pop that bad boy in here. Let's grab the other one. And solve world number 1, if that is what it's called. I had the fear that should I not be able to solve these puzzles here? One of the issues is, how do you describe a room? Yeah, I'm in this thing and there's like 2 red cubes and a blue cube, and I don't really know, it doesn't have a number or whatnot, so it's very difficult to communicate to people what you're looking for and what you need help with. Was that bad? No, that was good, right? That's got to be good. And now everything is shifting. Like rocking up and down. Manifold Destiny, I love it. Steve, that is very cool. Yesterday I prepared a holding loop for this game in case we wanted to pick it up again, and that is partly of what we're going to see in a moment. I think I saw this on William's stream. He was showing some of the behind the scenes things of what his screen looks like during development, and I think he was showing the thing that we're going to see now. I have forgotten what happens now. So this is slightly bizarre. This thing is now the inverted world here, and you pick this cube up and now everything turns kind of different. And it's raining, so I guess, that's a good sign. That's good for garden growth and all that. What I had a slight bit of an issue with is finding what do I do with this cube now. So I just put it down somewhere and thought, okay, maybe that's all we need to do. But that is not all we need to do. It means, I guess, I'm the equivalent of dead, if there was such a thing in this game, which I don't think there is. So that's nice. So I guess what we need to do, I'm just going to go through this, if that is in fact correct. Yes, I think I need to bring the cube through here and bring it to the other side. Let's see if we can do that. What it all means, I have no idea. I've only recently discovered that these things are in fact trees. And now it's all inverted. That is just... It's just from a design point of view, it's a very simple thing to do, but it's just the effect it has is just kind of frighteningly cool. Also notice the absence of loading screens, by the way. That's also very, very cool. So there's a cube in here already. Are we even on the correct thing here? Not sure if we are. Yes, poor Roberta. Can we drop the cube? Was that a good idea? It keeps coming back. Oops. Man, I didn't mean to do that. That was not what we were supposed to do, right? Come on, we can work this out. Okay, let me pick this up one more time. I think the clue is this thing here. The thing that has the cube shape that says, put the cube here. Since that is the same as that, I might as well go jump. Hope I land right in the middle of it. Boom. This is where I need to go. I can see some frightening outline of an invert cube. Oh, it slips right into place. Look at that. Ay caramba. This is what I meant. This looks like a really beautiful screensaver now. And what just happened, I can't explain. I really don't know. I have no idea. This is just, I could just have this on my screen at all times now. This would be, this as a standalone thing, just to watch this is actually pretty cool. It's phenomenal, isn't it, Steve? Unbelievable. It's kind of trippy Wednesday today. First Virginia, now this. And this is as much as I've played, so I haven't played the next level yet. After this, it continues, and it's a whole new world. And I know what you're going to be doing later. You're going to try to connect that PlayStation controller to the Apple TV, and I bet you're going to have a go at this. And let me know what you think. It's a really exciting little puzzle. And let me know what the Apple Arcade has to offer and what it performs like. I'm going to do that as well. I'm off for the next 3 days. Great news is I've recorded and edited the, what's it called? The next part of the DAS Studio 101 series. So this is about mesh lights. And it's edited. I just need to render it and then I'll upload it. I need to compile a few other things. I need to put another Patreon post in place that I'm going to reference, like a getting starter lighting kit. So I'll give Patreons access to it as soon as it's uploaded, and then I'll sort the rest out and it'll go live on YouTube then in the next few days. But let us keep the lines of communication open. I'm so thrilled that William can stop by. If you're still watching, William, this was an awesome surprise. It has seriously made my week, and I would love to get those interviews going. I'm going to put an action plan together, do some practicing how this is going to best work, technology-wise. And I guess I will see you guys for something else on Saturday. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. If you have any ideas or preferences, if you want to keep going with this game, we can totally do that. That might be cool. Play this together on Saturday and see whose brain explodes first. Have a wonderful night, guys. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.